There is something happening right now, something you may not yet see with your eyes, but somewhere, in the quiet places of your awareness, you have already begun to sense it. A shift, a turning, a slow and silent correction, the kind the universe makes without announcement, without warning, without apology. If you are here listening today, it is not by accident. You were guided here. And what we are speaking about is not revenge. It is not petty karma. It is not emotional satisfaction at someone else's downfall. This is something older, deeper, a spiritual principle operating long before modern language tried to explain it. What is taken from a chosen one is never truly lost, and those who take it do not keep it for long. You have walked a road that was never meant to be simple. You gave time, energy, trust, vision, sometimes to people who could not value it. Some stole your ideas, some stole your work, some took your voice and presented it as their own. Others stole more quietly, your peace, your confidence, your years. And perhaps what unsettled you most was not the theft itself, but the silence afterward, the apparent ease with which they continued, the way the world seemed not to notice. If that feeling is familiar, stay with me, because there is a truth that must be understood. The universe does not forget. There is no act of deception, no quiet theft carried out in the shadow of someone else's trust that escapes what the ancients called divine law. Not one. Take a breath, still yourself, and let us begin.
1. Why chosen ones are targeted.
You were not targeted by accident. Men who carry creative force, builders, thinkers, visionaries, always attract a certain type of individual, someone who recognizes value but cannot generate it, someone who can measure what you produce but lacks the inner structure to produce it themselves. This dynamic has been observed across traditions. The proverbs speak of gifts bringing a man before kings, but they also imply obstacles placed by those who attempt to intercept destiny. In Hindu teachings of dharma, sacred purpose, obstructing another's path does not cancel the path. It creates a burden for the one who obstructs. In Sufi mysticism, there is the idea of baraka, divine grace flowing through a person. Those who try to steal from such a person are not stealing from the individual. They are attempting to steal from the source, and the source cannot be stolen from. Across cultures, the pattern remains. The man who creates attracts the man who takes. The man who builds attracts the man who dismantles. The man who shines attracts the man who covers. This is not a curse, it is confirmation. If no one has ever attempted to take from you, then perhaps nothing of value was present. The fact that someone came for what you carried is evidence of its worth. Hold that thought.
2. The spiritual law they activated.
When someone steals from a man walking his purpose, something is activated. In physics, every action produces a reaction. Ancient spiritual systems understood this long before scientific language described it. This principle extends beyond the physical into intention and motive. When someone knowingly takes what is not theirs, recognizing its value and claiming it, they create imbalance. Not socially alone, but spiritually. The Hebrew concept of mishpat speaks of divine justice, not revenge, but restoration, the returning of reality to equilibrium. Eastern traditions teach that every action carries a seed. Deception planted eventually yields a harvest, not always quickly, not always visibly, but inevitably. The Stoics described the universe as tending toward order. What disrupts order is eventually corrected, not by anger, but by the nature of reality itself. This means something important. The moment they took from you, they sealed an outcome, not because you wished harm upon them, but because the act itself initiated a process, and that process does not require your involvement to complete. 3. Why it has not happened yet. Here is where many struggle. If the law is reliable, why does it seem delayed? Why do they appear to thrive? What you are seeing is not failure of justice. It is gathering. In nature, pressure builds beneath a volcano for years without visible signs. The surface appears calm, ordinary, stable, and then one day, the mountain speaks. Ancient teachers called this divine patience, not indifference. The universe is not indifferent to what happened to you. It is patient. There is a psalm that speaks of observing the wicked prosper, and then perceiving their end. Not dramatic punishment, a destination shaped by the road chosen. There is also another layer. When something is built through authentic effort, it carries interior life, integrity, substance. When someone steals and presents the outer form as their own, they take appearance, not essence. What is built on taken material may stand temporarily, but it carries hollowness at its core, and hollowness cannot sustain weight indefinitely. What is not built from within cannot be maintained from within.
4. Signs the correction is in motion. There are quiet indicators. First, they need more. A genuine builder refines what he has. A man building on taken material must constantly acquire new external input to maintain illusion. Restlessness becomes visible. Second, the quality declines. Without authentic source, output loses depth. What once seemed impressive begins to thin. Third, relationships shift. Even when deception succeeds, something in others eventually senses incongruence. Trust withdraws quietly. It does not announce departure. It simply is no longer there when needed. And the fourth sign, the one that matters most, you begin to rise. Not from competition, not from retaliation, but because the source that made your creation valuable has not diminished. It has deepened. The greatest growth rarely occurs in seasons of recognition. It happens in obscurity, in rebuilding, in silence. What you experienced was not subtraction. It was preparation. 5. What the chosen one is called to do. Here is where men of depth often make an error. They wait, they watch, they suspend building until visible correction appears. This impulse is human, but misaligned. Marcus Aurelius wrote that the task of the virtuous man is not to monitor justice, but to return to virtue. Return to the work, return to building, return to authentic expression. The only true response to theft is demonstration of abundance. To show, without words, that what was taken did not exhaust the source. In the Bhagavad Gita, Karma Yoga teaches action without attachment to outcome, not passivity, but full engagement without obsession over results. Build because building is your nature, not to prove something, not to expose someone, but because it is what you are designed to do. The chosen one does not require the fall of his enemies to rise. He rises because rising is his nature, and that rising, steady, quiet, undeniable, becomes the most complete answer.
6. What this season revealed about you. Being stolen from is not only a wound, it is revelation. It reveals resilience you did not know you possessed. It reveals what cannot be taken. When external forms were removed, something remained. That remainder is your foundation. It reveals your character under pressure. Anyone can maintain dignity when rewarded. The man who maintains integrity when wronged and unseen understands himself in a deeper way. It also reveals the difference between copying and originating. They copied what you created. They could not copy your capacity to create. Your future does not live in what has already been produced. It lives in your continued ability to return to source. And that capacity was never touched. They did not take your future. They could not. Your future exists in your generative force, and that remains entirely yours. Everything that has happened in your presence has been witnessed. Every act of taking, every quiet injustice. The correction is already in motion. Your task is not to watch for it. Your task is not to wait for it. Your task is to return to your work. Build, create, rise. Not for the satisfaction of seeing someone fall, but because rising is who you are, with or without recognition. The universe is just. It has been just. It will continue to be just. If this message reached you, sit with it. And when you are ready, return to your work. Until next time, stay rooted, stay chosen.